final type of quadrilateral that we're looking at in 5th grade is a square. Now you guys have a lot of familiarity with squares and rectangles, so this should be something very easy for you guys to relate to and be able to figure out. So there's 4 different characteristics a shape must have in order to be a square. The first one is that it has 4 straight lines. So let's check our different shapes. They each have 4 straight lines, which means they're all could be squares, but definitely quadrilaterals because of those 4 straight lines. They all have right angles. So this is something squares and rectangles share, right angles. Now we check right angles by using the corner of a straight edge. So it's like the corner of a book, the corner of a ruler, the corner of a piece of paper. Anything with a sharp corner can be used. So let's check to see if they all have right angles. I'm going to do that by putting my corner in the shape and see, does the line go straight down and follow it and straight across and follow it? It does. What about this? It fits in perfectly. It does. Oh, if I put this in, oh, it fits in perfectly. And if I put, we're going to do it this way. If it fits perfectly. Whoops. Let's try our other 2 shapes, see if they have right angles as well. That corner fits. That corner fits beautifully. That corner fits. And that corner fits. Let's try this one over here. Oh, both of those corners fit. And both of those corners fit perfectly. So all of these shapes all have right angles. So already they look like they could be squares. They have 4 straight lines and all angles are right, or 90 degrees. Now what separates a square from a rectangle is the length of the side. Squares are equal length. That means the top, the side, the bottom, and the other side all have the same length. That's what separates them from rectangles. So let's check the side lengths for each of these structures. Again, I'm going to measure or mark on a piece of paper so I can see if they match. This is 1 inch. The bottom line is 1 inch, so these 2 are the same size and length. That's 1 inch and that's 1 inch. So all of these sides match. They're all equal. Let's check this one out. 1 inch on the top, 1 inch on the bottom, so the opposite sides match. Now let's try the 2 sides. This is more than 1 inch. This is about 1.5 inches. And this one's about 1.5 inches. So they don't match the top and the bottom, but the 2 sides match in length. So already I can say this is not a square because not all sides are equal. So I'm going to put that, not a square, because not all sides are equal in length. And now let's try this one over here. 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. All of these sides match. So we know that this is not a square. But these 2 could potentially be. The only other qualification they need is that opposite sides are parallel, meaning they'll never cross. So let's check really quickly, see if the 2 sides here and the top and bottom are all parallel. They fit perfectly, they're in line, so they're parallel. Let's try the sides. And those fit perfectly. So they are parallel. Oh, I put parallel. I'm going to put square. It's going to be a funny looking, that's square. And let's try this one over here. So bring it straight down, parallel. And if I bring it across, they match, they're parallel. So this is also a square. Now, this is not a square because it didn't have all equal sides. But if I do check, the top and the bottom are parallel and the two sides are parallel. So even though this is not a square, I can label this and I know what it is based on its characteristics. It has opposite sides that are equal in length. The top and the bottom are equal, the sides are equal. It has opposite sides that are parallel to one another. The top and the bottom will never cross, and the two sides will never cross each other. And it has all right angles. This is a rectangle. It's not a square because not all sides are equal in length, which makes it a rectangle.